right, howdy folks, welcome back. Short intro tonight because we got lots to cover and we got to get to it. So, howdy, I told you I would be back. All right, here we are. I'm gonna leave it right there on that frame for a second and let you guys take a peek at your trained eyes before I start pointing stuff out. Okay. Move my audio down. There we go. All right. Thank you, everybody, for taking a moment of your time to be here with this precious family. Let me back out of this. First of all, can you see our big round black object right here? Okay. This is very similar to the other events that we've been discussing before. Okay. I can show you just real quick. I forgot to pull this up as well. Let me get a Google. Where's my images here? Whoops, wrong one. This one. Sorry. I wanted to pull up an image of the same or a similar event here. And what we need to do is this one right here. Okay. Here, it's a little bit closer to the sun. Let me take out this music real quick here. All right. Here you can see this is a bigger object. All right. Boom, 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 boom. You can see how the plasma is hitting it, splashing, and going over the object. Here we are with a very similar event. You can see the nice circular shape of it. The back part of it's hiding in here, but you can see this damage ring or this plasma spreading over it. So I'm going to pull back from that, and then we're going to go through this frame by frame. First, though, let's get the loop started. See it right there? See how the plasma comes out, bends, and then goes around it? Here you can make out more of the full circle. Then we get this one good frame right. I think it's that one right there. Yeah. Where you can see the satellite moon or whatever object right here as well. And let's just zoom in on that while we're here, because I just got to cut to the chase now. We don't have all that much time to be playing patty cake anymore. All right, so we just center this a little bit higher so you guys can, well, there we go. That's a little bit better. Now you can see our perfectly round black object looks to have some kind of almost cross type configuration on it, but even back behind it here is another little black satellite moon. Appears to be another one here. All right, so a bigger object with a bunch of satellite moons trailing with it. Okay. And let me just pull back a little bit more. There's a good shot of the trailing objects. Okay. All right, let me go ahead and just put this whole loop back into motion here for a minute. We also have an event over here on this side. This might be an X flare, that fast thing that came out right there. I saw another report where somebody said it was possibly an X flare, yet we don't have the instrumentation yet to find out. So you'll see when we get there. But meantime, this one shoots out really fast, and we can even take a peek at that, see what the heck was that. Oh, there it is right there. There's our culprit. Boom. See the indentation in the red line right there? Boom. Here's the blast, the original shockwave right here, but here's our object back here. See the indentation? So there's our culprit right there. Another celestial object, okay? I don't know why it's so hard for people to grasp the concept that there's no other celestial objects except what science taught you. We're sitting on one ourselves. The universe is teeming with them. How could there not be other celestial objects? Okay, so there's one right there. Okay, causing that quick little burst right there, and it appears that it was a moon to a bigger event here. When we look at this ghost image, I see a bigger spheroid right here with our object being like right here. It could be its magnetic field, but it's almost too round. It looks like it's a bigger object with two little moons with it, or maybe even one back here. It's hard to tell by that. That's the ghost image, so we can't. They're hard to rely on sometimes. But I'll let you be the judge. You can see it moving out. Then we have our main event right here. Let me pull this down just a tad bit better. Wait, we're in too tight? Yeah, one back. All right, my bad. Sorry. Bear with me. This is important. I want you to note over here on the red side this round damage ring that's going to go and spread across this object. And you can see the further stretched out magnetic field of the bigger object. And it's right there. Actually, this frame before is even better. Let's just zoom in on that one real quick here. All right, so you guys get a good clear picture. These are black spheroids. They don't reflect light. They absorb light. And a lot of plasma, when it splashes over it, it paints the target, almost like an invisible table with a tablecloth over it, painting our target, much like this event right here, okay? See it now? I wonder if we can, yeah. And then you can see its little moon right out front here. Actually, let's go back right there. Okay. You see this white ring of plasma up here that's going around it, this little halo that's going around over this spheroid object, like a blast wave going over it. Okay. All right, let me just back out of this. If I get salty tonight, I've been a long, painful day. Long day. Just a lot, nothing but pain. All right, so there's our object carrying a bunch of moons along with it. Boom. All right. And that was today, 4/14/24. Okay. So there's your activity for today. Yeah, you can even see the trailing moon there. I think what I might even try to do here, just for shits and giggles, is speed it up a little bit. Wait. Right. That's too fast. Right there should be good. Yeah, there. Now you can see it pretty clear. The motion helps your eyes. Our eyes are geared to detect motion a little bit better. So when it's in motion, you can see it a lot more defined. And you can see the flow asymmetries going around it and stuff when it's in motion. That's also what are the indicators that there's the object there. Is those it's almost like fluid dynamics. The plasma isn't water, but fluid dynamics has the same principles here, where we get eddies and currents and curvatures. All right, so clearly painting our big object with a bunch of moons trailing. This one that happened first is still a satellite of the bigger one. It's just out a little further away from it. We encountered it first and then the big one. Now, usually there's 3 of these I've been seeing lately. All right, so that might be the first of 3 of these events with these bigger black objects in them. Okay. All right, so there's that. Now let's get over here to the solar ham. And guess what? X-ray data via this graphic is currently unavailable. I wonder why. Maybe because of what we just witnessed. All right, and here we are going into April 15th. So here's our box for today. There's our big one right there. And it was medium M flare. It was M4.3 right there. Okay, so no data there. Okay, and we saw why, or we saw old data yesterday, so it hasn't been updated. And I checked a couple other instruments, and that's our data right there for right now. Okay, they want you to click on it. They're trying to kind of keep this a secret, maybe. I don't know. Don't know, but we'll just. It's funny how we got the data here. Why can't we have the other graph? It's just odd. The data is there. They just didn't feel like posting it. I don't know. We'll see. X flare potential 5, M flare potential 45. Okay, our potentials are going up now. We're the active side of the sun is now rotating towards us. Our indices have lifted again. Okay, we're up at 178 now. All right, before we were down in the 120s, we got a bump to the 30s, another bump to the 40s, another bump to the 50s. Last night, we saw another bump up to the 160s. Okay, and now tonight, instead of 170, we're at 178. Okay, so we're almost into the 180s. Okay, so lifted indices already. We did have a little absorption event today, a G1 absorption event. Tomorrow they're calling for another G1. Okay, there's those two little solar waves that we had. And let me see here if I still got this pulled up. I'll let it load up real quick here. And since we don't have we do have the graph, but let me just show you real quick. Right there. All right, just a little bit, but you can see, boom, there was our little blast that we absorbed. Okay, this is the D-layer absorption map. I'm a stickler for absorption. So we did take on a little more energy. And that little bit right there doesn't look like much, but don't see. That's way too much. That we don't need any more hitting us, okay? And we still got another one coming, all right? So in a minute here, you'll see why I said that's way too much. Okay, so now moving on, we had the 2M flares, the 2.4, and then our bigger one, the 4.3. All right, a bunch of sunspots now. You see how these sunspots went from 3 to 5, and now we're up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we got 10 of them now. All right, and they're all just calm right now, which is good. But note the increasing count of sunspots. Okay, KP index nice and quiet right now. We already read that article last night. You can see our auroras are pretty faint, pretty dim right now. We're in between the two waves. We had one hit today, a little calm in between, and then we'll probably have a slight little impact tomorrow. Okay. Open up the tracker, see what they're tracking. They're tracking this big old one that we just saw. All right, our big object, when it was passing the sun here, the sun fired off that spread over our object. It looked to be kind of moving in our direction. All right, anyways, let's move on over to here. Fire this one up. Okay. And let her rip. Okay, we had our absorption today on the 14th. We were still due one on the 15th. I don't see it on this graph anymore, but now they're calling for something here now, right around the 18th. Looking at the wrong one for a second. We should have a second little blast right about here, I think, for the 15th. But this is an updated model, and you can see this one grazing us a little bit right there. So there was, like I said, two. There was the first CME. Remember today we saw the first one shoot out really fast from this quadrant. So that's probably this one that's going to clip us a little bit. Then we had the other CME, the bigger one on the side, that created this one over here. Okay. So we have two different little CMEs kind of coming our way again. So more activity to, that we'll be absorbing here pretty soon. And we don't need to be absorbing any more energy. Let me get rid of that page. All right. Now, let's get you over here to spaceweather.com. Geomagnetic storm watch was canceled. Pair of minor CMEs expected to graze Earth on April 14th have either missed or are moving more slowly. It didn't miss. We saw it on the instrument. Anyways, one of them hit. I guess maybe they're calling for the second one to miss or whatever, but still the same red blob, still the same article. Okay, now let's get over here to the scary looking Schumann. Okay, pressure is on. The core and the shell are grinding, have been grinding for a while now. Here's a really intense blast that probably goes off the page down here into we're at 40 hertz right here, so it probably went down to like 80 or maybe even 100. So we had some really intense, all frequencies from zero. Let me see if let's do position 2 here. Oh my God. Oh Lord, this. Give me patience. Alright. What I was trying to show you here is up at the top of these spikes, this big spike, see how most of this intensity is down at like 2, 1, and 2 hertz? These spikes right here reach all the way up to 0. Okay? Intense. Even at like micro frequencies like 0.00001 and 0.0002 before you even get to 1. All right. So it's even hitting micro frequencies, really hard blasts. So if you guys are experiencing pain, I know I've been irritable all day and I just can't shake it. I've been praying and trying all kinds of techniques and it's just still very irritable today, trying to shake it, and this is probably kind of the reason why. And if your pets are acting a little strange, we've been under this for a while now, okay? This is pressure that's built up down below, causing our core and the shell to grind and produce these frequencies at very intense levels. White denotes the intensity of the frequency, okay? So been very intense rock and roll ride. Really, some of these blasts are, very intense, just, higher frequencies, and then gets to lower frequencies, and high again, and low, and then bing, bing, and then, so it's just all over the place, and probably affecting you guys as well. All right, so pressure has built up down at the core and the shell, and that's why I said we do not need any more absorption. We don't need the core and the shell locking up and our magnetic field dropping. That would not be good. Okay. Let's move on. Yeah, all right, I already got it set up here at our Sandstorm. Look at this big old curl Q punch. It looks like it's about to punch the East Coast, doesn't it? Doesn't that look like a big wave heading towards the East Coast? But I'll put the winds on real quick and you'll see it's just swirling around out there. This storm out here has picked up this flow of sand, sucked it up in there. We still got a big flow going over here to South America. And, it's just covering a bunch of the Mediterranean Sea there. Okay, we still got this one over here in Saudi Arabia going on, and this one over here in the Gobi Desert. So even still residuals from yesterday over in this region. Well, it was more up here, I think, but okay, so still a lot of sand flying around. And then just look at this big old curlicute wave. It looks like a wave. A couple of eyes with the boom boom with the nose here. Take those winds out of there. All right, so massive sandstorm still going on. No mention of it from the media. Even though people's skies are turning dark and turning red and, covered with sand and stuff. No mention of it. Okay. Oh, boy, do we have some other stuff to mention tonight, too. Thank you, Hopkinson, for the post that you gave me there. We'll discuss that later here in a minute. All right, let's get on over to our SO2. Okay. Whoops. Okay, good. Now let's go. All right. So, China's still got a lot of pressure under there. So does Java. Okay. Very compact, consolidated pressure right there. One of these days they're going to have an event where maybe half the side of a mountain face just blows out and huge flames just shoot up into the air, a big jet of flames that comes out of the side of a mountain that can't be extinguished, just like a blowtorch type effect. They're gonna have something weird's gonna happen there. All right, so a lot of pressure there in that region. Ours, let me get ours back to our time here. Okay, so there we are. Ours is still a little bit. Okay. One side's bleeding out, the other side a little patchy over here. All right, so there's your darkness on the pressure level. We don't even really need to inspect this too much because we already saw at the Schumann that it's just maxed out right now. So there's your pressure. What else did I want to do here? Oh yeah, oceans. That one has to go back 8. There we go. Okay, we still have our hot water anomalies up there. Look here, off the coast of England now. These we not going to report on because they're inland and they don't have circulation, so they could get, little warmer sections and stuff. So inland seas and stuff aren't really that trustworthy. But here, again, we have our big plume coming off of Japan. Over here by Taiwan, it seems to have increased, but more up at this end of the island now. All right, remember we had our plume was basically this area right here. Now it's split in half. We got a little small one and a bigger plume up here at this end of the island. They're probably going to have some more quakes or something soon here. Okay, and then we also have this event out here. And yesterday's earthquake out here shows that this is what's going on. This is the biggest volcano on the planet right here. Okay, so, we had tidal changes down here in South Africa. We'll get into that here in a little bit. We did chemicals. What other chemicals do I want to do tonight? No. I think we're done here. Sand, yes. Just take a peek at the SO4 real quick. Okay. All right, let's get out of there. I think we're done here. Let's just move on over to the earthquake report here. Okay, so starting in our deep region right here, 4.5 at 389. That's not our deep quake. 4.9, 228. So I guess this is our deep quake. 4.5 down at 389. Not too deep. So a mid-range 4 and a 5 roughly. Coming up here to our big quake of the day is this one, the 6.5 down at 49 here at New Guinea. Let me just pop this one open. 6.5. 6.5 there too as well. All right. So nothing in this area, nothing down below, very quiet, all right, through most of the region. This was the main release of energy right there. We have a small, well, it's a 5 at the surface there. Okay. 4.9 out here, China, another 5. 4.6 at 10 right there. And let's see what made it over the hump. 3.9 and 3.5. So not much going on here in California either. 2.9s. Okay, very, very quiet out there. That's 4.8, 4.7, and a 4.6 there. All quiet down through here. We might be going through one of these suppression events again where we get either a magnetic grip or something that building pressure might stabilize things down below for a minute until that pressure breaks loose, and then it shifts and volleys and moves around. All right, let's get on over here to the earthquake or volcano now. Ebico, 15,000 feet. Luatobi, the eruption of the volcano continues. 2 kilometers altitude. Luatolo, 10,000 feet. Semaru, no height on that one. Ducono, 8,000 feet. Fernandina still has the lava flow advance seems to have slowed down a bit due to a lesser amount of gas, but I bet you that will pick up here. Okay. Santa Guido, 14,000. Fuego, 16. Sangay, 21,000. Reventador, 14. Sabancaya, 24,000. Okay, so these are all high blasts again. Let's get into the 14th. Come on now. All right, so back here at Ebico, 14,000 feet. Luatobi, 6,000 feet. Luatolo, 6,000 feet. Semaru, 15. So Semaru, is still pushing its new record height at 15,000 feet. That's like maxed out pressure, I guess. 15,000 still. Merapi, 14. No. Well, probably around 14. Ducono, 8,000. Santa Guido, 15. Fuego, 16. Our semi-active Nevada del Ruiz doing a semi-active 20,000 foot blast. Reventador, 14,000. Sabancaya, 24,000. And Nevada del Ruiz. That's why I made that comment. The semi-active, this should always be over on this list. Okay? I don't know why they keep doing this. Probably so they can keep the number on this list lower, because it would make this list increase, and that one might annoy people. The truth might annoy some people, I guess, right? Might hurt their feelings. They might not be able to handle, if there was an extra volcano on there or something. Sorry, I'm a little salty tonight. Told you I might be. Okay, let's watch out for Etna still blowing smoke rings, okay? That one's telling you it's getting close to going off. What was the other one I was looking at? Recahanus. Okay, it's still going off, but it could possibly, do another curtain thing. We're having maximum pressure built up. All of these are active. All of these are semi-active. Okay, let's get on over to the forecast. Boom. Just march through this. Okay, here's our low pressure system for the, let's let all that data load up. All right. And this model's probably changed a bunch now. Wow. And if we have that new object or this latest celestial object that's passing the sun, if it does head our way and arrives in around 3 days, kind of similar to the CMEs, 3 days from today, the 14th would be around the 17th. Okay, so let's keep the 17th in the back of our minds when we're doing this here. So current conditions right now, the nighttime of the 14th. Let me give you just a tad bit more of the map. All right. Morning of the 15th, noon, convection, nighttime. So by tomorrow night, we're going to see this low starting to wrap up here a little bit and starting to get these little popcorn severe weather outbreaks there. So nocturnal thunderstorms up maybe in South Dakota, back up into Montana, maybe even Wyoming. So then we go into the morning time. So it dissipates a little bit in the morning, but we still have a very organized central low here. Now, by the noon of the 16th, you see severe weather breaking out here in Iowa, Minnesota, little speckles up here in North Dakota, south, even back into Wyoming chances, okay? And that can all change. There's the convection of the 16th. So noontime, you're already having severe weather, and by convection, it moves right in towards, Wisconsin, Illinois, Iowa, back here in Iowa, still up in Minnesota area. Okay, so that's our latest little event that's coming up, our next event to prepare for. That'll be the nighttime of the 16th as it hits Chicago. Morning of the 17th, noon, convection, nighttime. Morning of the 18th, noon, convection, nighttime. Morning of the 19th, noon, convection, nighttime. Morning of the 20th, noon, convection, nighttime. Down here in Texas, possibly. Morning of the 21st, watch out here, noon, convection, nighttime. 22nd, noon, convection, nighttime. 23rd, noon, convection, nighttime. 24th. All right, the rest of that's too far out in advance. Plus, it doesn't look like there's anything serious until right about here. This low wrapping up. Look at it sending stuff way back up there. That's an interesting configuration here. See how that all comes together? All right, so what it does do here is it's whipping stuff up here as it tries to round this corner right here. So watch out for this event. If it does do this configuration, that could be pretty severe right there in Illinois. Even back up here into Canada and North Dakota too. That'll be the morning of the 29th, noon, convection, nighttime. Look at this. Boom, another one. Morning. Oh boy, wait, go back. So there's convection. Nothing severe by sundown, but at nighttime it blossoms. Okay, so that's going to be a nocturnal event, a morning event, especially here in Illinois, possibly. All right, and that's way out there in the future. So our next event is this one right here to watch out for tomorrow. Just step real quick through the important parts. That'll be the nighttime of the 15th. Here's the 16th. All right, so it's going to be on the 16th here. Morning, noon. So by the noon of the 16th, we're going to see severe weather starting to outbreak here in this region, all right, in that little pocket area. And then by convection, it moves, kind of this way. So you're going to have some severe weather on the noon and afternoon and evening of the 16th. Other than that, not much for a while until everything changes. The 17th is the day I was a little concerned too. If we do have weather, 17th was right. Okay. This almost looks like it's coinciding. If there were an arrival and this thing passed by, it would be right after that event, going into the 17th right there. So this could spark back up and intensify if we have some bombogenesis because of the passing object, possibly. I'm not saying for sure. It's a shame they took stereo A out of its position. I could tell you what direction those things were going. Now it makes it almost impossible. All right, so enough playing with that. Now let's get over to our subject of this again. Okay, our wonderful sister here, Cindy Hopkinson, sent me a little link to what's his name, Marquis. Ay, caramba, it's been a long day. Anyways, he was talking about our object here and possibly being cold water thrust out, which is possible. But the main part about what I heard from his report was that even though they said that this was a glitch. All right, there we go. Okay. Had to locate it on the calendar real quick there. So even though they said that this was a glitch, there's reports coming off of Cape Town here of how the wind changed the currents. Okay. Now, the wind can change the wave height, but the wind doesn't affect water down 50 feet down. The wind doesn't change currents. But that's what they gave as an excuse for an event that happened down here at South Africa. That coincided with this event. I'm telling you guys, this is a real event. I liked his idea of cold water. You know, like say there was a ice shelf under this. You know, we had the underside of the ice shelf, a piece broke off and splashed down, and some cold fresh water came out. Because fresh water, when it mixes with salt water, sometimes they roil and it takes a while for them to blend together. But I don't think it would be enough to lift the water this high. All right. Yeah, Florida Marquis. Thank you so much, Hopkinson. And I love the gentleman myself. I like some of his work as well. But I like his ideas. It might, that could be. Everybody's got their own theories and stuff. To me, this looks more like a gravitational event, like we locked on to a celestial object and it lifted all this water up, okay? But what I was talking about is if this was a glitch, how come we saw effects from it, right? Well, now we're getting reports from South Africa of the event. We're getting reports of an event from there when this thing happened at the same time. Okay, and then he went back as well to the previous event in February. Okay, and that one didn't look like a glitch either. It had the same preloading setup to it that this one did. Took a very similar path. It went up a little bit further. It was a little longer duration than this one was. Okay, but regardless of whether he's right or I'm right, the fact of the matter is there are reports coming out of South Africa that the currents changed. Period. Okay? So, residual effects. And I know it's a real event because we saw inundation on the East Coast. And then what? Almost 18 hours later, it finally reached the West Coast and we saw inundation on the West Coast. Where'd that come from? Well, it came from this event. It's a real event. And however they want to try to cover their tracks and say it's a glitch or whatever, if it's a glitch, remove it. How come you can't remove the side effects from said glitch? The glitch caused these side effects that are still currently ongoing. Explain that. See, they're trapped now. They're kind of caught. They're stuck. And it's a real event, all right? And I believe it's because we have one of these celestial objects get too close or whatever. It interacted with our gravitational field, pulled water up just like the moon does at high tide, except it's a smaller object, much closer than our moon, okay? And it lifted a bulge up off of the surface. This isn't being pushed up from down below. It's being pulled up from above, much like the moon would, I believe. Okay. Very, very good that other people are looking at this and reporting on it as well, and not falling for the mainstream media's excuse. I don't care if it came from this site. I don't care if it came from this very site saying, oh, it's our computer glitch. Really? I would love to talk to your technicians and say, how did your computer glitch cause a fucking global event? Explain that to me. Why we're seeing actual side effects. Yeah. So, I love this event, actually. This thing is really kind of waking people up a little bit to what's really going on out there. And I'm sure there's probably another one besides the two we've found, because there have been in the past, well, since all this started 7 years ago, we have had tidal surges and tidal retreats where the ocean just disappears and leaves miles of ocean floor exposed. Miles out. How does that happen with no earthquake, no tsunami? Well, if you lifted a bunch of water on this part of the world, somewhere on the other part of the world, wherever, it's going to react and water's going to drop. And you're going to see coastal retreats. But then when this thing releases and the water goes back down, then that water comes back up to the coast and fills back in. Sometimes it refills even more, and then you get inundation. It's not really hard stuff. But unfortunately, everybody is so brainwashed by school and media. Well, shit, they taught you this stuff in school. I don't know who was anybody paying attention when they were in school. I was taking notes. I did well in my classes. I could have gone to Berkeley, but I didn't because all them morons over there couldn't even. Oh my god. I'm not even going to get into it. I went to their physics professor and I asked him one simple question and he couldn't answer it. I'm like, what? You don't know the answer to that question and you're going to be my professor? I ain't paying you thousands of dollars. If I've already figured it out and you haven't, why should I pay you to tell me I'm wrong? See you, professor. What do you profess to be? Anyways, real event. It's time we all swallow hard, understand what's going on here, okay? And this is also a spiritual event as well, okay? It's part of the process. That's why here at this show we go into the spiritual report, because this truth is so disturbing it will mess with your mind if you don't have a good foundation. Okay, so let's get on over here to the foundation and take a peek at our miracle that happened. Okay. People said, oh, pull off a miracle. Okay, here's a miracle right here. On Easter, 2,000-year-old prophecy come true is like the definition of miracle. Okay. Come on, Energizer. All right, we'll pull that one, medium screen right there. And then, oh, that was the other one I wanted to do. Yeah. Let's get rid of this page, and this page, and this page. Bear with me for a second as we kind of reload here for our spiritual report tonight. I got some good material. I battled so hard today, and I learned so much that I got all kinds of wonderful lessons for you guys tonight. So, help me, Lord, I'm trying to get to, yeah, a second page of mine. Almost there. Hang on for a second. And get these two images pulled up tonight. There it is. Okay. All right. All right, we got our 20. Yeah, our regular people are here. All right, cool. We can get right into it then. Put my light over here. Everybody get all comfortable. Get all settled into your spot. Start doing your thing. Nice deep breaths. See that man there pulling open his shirt, exposing his heart right there? Your Lord and Savior, Father to the rescue. All right. Cool. So I had... Okay, where did I go? Okay, everybody take some deep breaths. Relax in my peaceful presence. Yeah, there you go. Relax in my peaceful presence and stop worrying long enough to hear my voice. I speak softly to you in the depths of your being. Your mind shuttles back and forth, hither and yon, weaving in webs of anxiety and confusion. As my thoughts rise up within you, they become entangled in those sticky webs of worry. Thus, my voice is muffled and you hear only white noise. Ask my spirit to quiet your mind so that you can think my thoughts. This ability is an awesome benefit of being my child, partnered after my own image. Do not be deafened by the noise of the world or of that of your own thinking. Instead, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Sit quietly in my presence, letting my thoughts reprogram your thinking. Again, relax in my peaceful presence. Do not bring performance pressures into our sacred space of communion. When you are with someone you trust completely, you feel free to be yourself. This is one of the joys of true friendship. Though I am Lord of Lords and King of Kings, I also desire to be your intimate friend. When you are tense or pretentious in our relationship, I feel hurt. I know the worst about you, but I also see the best in you. I long for you to trust me enough to be fully yourself with me. When you are real with me, I am able to bring out the best in you, the very gifts I have planted in your soul. Now relax and enjoy our friendship. Okay, so whenever you feel distant from me, whisper my name in loving trust. This simple prayer can restore your awareness of my presence. My name is constantly abused in the world where people use it as a curse word. This verbal assault reaches all the way to heaven. Every word is heard and recorded. When you trustingly whisper my name, my aching ears are soothed. The grating rancor of the world's blasphemies cannot compete with a trusting child's utterance of the word Jesus. The power of my name to bless both you and me is beyond your understanding. Okay, you guys understand pretty well. There's just it goes even deeper. So, but you guys understand this much, so that's good. I think most of you understand this much. Feel a couple of people wavering sometimes, but it's all good. Yeah. Whenever you feel distant from me, whisper my name in loving trust. Okay. I want you to experience the riches of your salvation, the joy of being loved constantly and perfectly. You make a practice of judging yourself based on how you look or behave or feel. If you like what you see in the mirror, you feel a bit more worthy of my love. When things are going smoothly and your performance seems adequate, you find it easier to believe you are my beloved child. But when you feel discouraged, you tend to look inward so you can correct whatever is wrong. Okay? Instead of trying to fix yourself, fix your gaze on me, the lover of your soul. Rather than using your energy to judge yourself, redirect it to praising me. Remember that I see you clothed in my righteousness, radiant in my perfect love. So, keep walking with me along the path I have chosen for you. Your desire to live close to me is a delight to my heart. Oh, that was the one. Sorry, I should have changed it. Back to the other one. Oh, no. That was the image for this part. All right, so see the heart right there? Actually, let's get a little closer in on it. All right. Keep walking with me along the path I have chosen for you. Your desire to live close to me is a delight to my heart. I could instantly grant you the spiritual riches you desire, but that is not my way for you. Together, we will forge a pathway up the high mountain. The journey is arduous at times, and you are weak. Someday you will dance light-footed on the high peaks, but for now, your walk is often plodding and heavy. I know mine is. Mine is plodding and heavy. I feel like I have a vice crushing my waist, crushing my hips. Anyways, back to you guys though. Someday you will dance light-footed on the high peaks, but for now your walk is often plodding and heavy. All I require of you is to take the next step, clinging to my hand for strength and direction. Though the path is difficult and the scenery dull at the moment, there are sparkling surprises just around the bend. So stay on the path I have selected for you. It is truly the path of life. What's that? No. Okay, yeah. I got a couple here still. All right, so which one? All right, let's just go this one, I guess. So, everybody's still worrying about tomorrow. Do not worry about tomorrow. This is not a suggestion, but a command. I divided time into days and nights so that you would have manageable portions of life to handle. My grace is sufficient for you, but its sufficiency is only for one day at a time. When you worry about the future, you heap day upon day of troubles onto your flimsy frame. You stagger under the weight of this heavy load, which I never intended you to carry. So throw off this oppressive burden with one quick thrust of trust. Okay? That's how you can kick that burden, is one good thrust of trust. Anxious thoughts meander about and crisscross your mind, but trusting me brings you directly into my presence. Okay? Trusting me brings you directly into my presence. As you thus affirm your faith, the shackles of worry fall off instantly. So enjoy my presence continually by trusting me at all times. It's amazing what happens when you trust me. Ask a few people who have. They found it. You were searching. It does exist. That's why if you search, you will find. Because it does exist. It's out there, right? All right, good. You guys are loving this. All right, cool. Now I've been having a rough day, right? And I get into this self-pity thing. How many of you slide into this slimy pit of self-pity? Sometimes we do, okay? It's understandable, especially in this fallen world, okay? So self-pity is a slimy, bottomless pit. Once you fall in, you tend to go deeper and deeper into the mire. As you slide down those slippery walls, you are well on your way to depression, and the darkness gets profound. Your only hope is to look up and see the light of my presence shining down on you. You see the light of my presence there? Looking down on you, shining down on you. Here, let's that and there. There we go. It's a little bit better. Okay. Yeah, self-pity is a slimy, bottomless pit. Once you fall in, you tend to go deeper and deeper. As you slide down the slippery walls, you're well on your way to depression. Your only hope is to look up and see the light of my presence shining down on you. Though the light looks dim from your perspective, deep in the pit, those rays of hope can reach you at any depth. Okay? When you're deep in that pit, that slimy pit of self-pity, even in the deepest depths, my shining light can reach down to any depth. Okay? While you focus on me in trust, you rise ever so slowly out of the abyss of despair. Finally, you can reach up, grasp my hand, and I will pull you out into the light again. I will gently cleanse you, washing off all the clinging mire, and I will cover you again with my righteousness and walk with you down the path of life. You will seek me and find me when you search for me with all your heart. Oh, there's the heart again. All right. So, you will seek me and find me when you search for me with all your heart. This is a delightful assignment, but it is also quite challenging. Spending time enjoying my presence is a privilege reserved for those who know me as Savior and Lord. To maximize the benefits of this precious experience, this precious family we have here, you need to seek me wholeheartedly. However, your mind is often tangled and your mind is always just tangled. It's an unfocused mess. So enlist my spirit to protect your mind and heart from distractions, distortions, deception, anxiety, and all other entanglements. Okay? Enlist my spirit to protect your mind and heart. Try it. Just try it. You'll find out it works. Enlist my spirit to protect your mind and heart from distractions, distortions, deception, anxiety, and all the other entanglements. This will help you unscramble your thoughts and calm your heart. This will unscramble your thoughts and calm your heart, freeing you to search for me. I want you to seek me, and not only in quiet times, but also when you are engaged in other matters. Your astonishing brain is able to focus on me even when you are busy. The simple prayer, Jesus, keep me aware of your presence, can be like a soft background music in your mind, playing continuously underneath your other mental activities. So when your mind is stayed on me, I keep you in perfect peace. Now, if I could just do it to myself. Oh, man. So, I will bless my people with peace. This biblical promise is for everyone who trusts me as their Savior. So when you're feeling anxious, try praying, Jesus, bless me with your peace. I have to say that one over and over and over until it actually works. Okay, so sometimes just keep saying, Jesus, bless me with your peace. Jesus, bless me with your peace. I'm gritting my teeth, you know, got my fist clenched until finally, after maybe the third or fourth one, Jesus, bless me with your peace. I forget about being all entangled, and I find just a moment of peace. That one little moment's good enough to get you on, moving on down the path of life again, to get you over those speed bumps, man. That one, and God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. Boy, did that one, ever since I learned that one, I use it all the time. And it's not just for AA. It means, God, grant me the serenity. And you get it. Okay, so when you're feeling anxious, try praying, Jesus, bless me with your peace. This short, simple prayer connects you with me and opens you up to my help. Peace and trust in me are richly intertwined in my kingdom. The more you lean on me in confident dependence, the less fearful you will be. Do you see how this is working? Do you understand how this works? I think you guys are getting it here. The more you lean in on me, the more you trust me, the more peace you will get out of it. Okay? Peace and trust in me are richly intertwined. The more you lean on me in confident dependence, the less fearful you will be. This is for you. You want to be less fearful? Lean in on me in confident dependence. That will make you less fearful. Try it. It works. If your heart is steadfastly trusting in me, you need not be afraid of bad news. Because I am both sovereign and good, you can be confident that this world isn't spinning out of control. There is plenty of bad news in the world, but I'm not wringing my hands. I am continually at work, even in the most devastating situations, bringing good out of evil. My kingdom is about transformation, and I invite you to join me in this endeavor. Live as a child of light, and together we will draw others out of darkness into the light of my transforming presence. That's why it's important that you share. You're bringing others out of darkness into the light of my transforming presence. Have you guys been transformed since you've been here? Have you been noticing that you're transformed since you started all this with me? I have a transforming presence. That's why it's important that you draw others out of their darkness and into the light of my transforming presence. I'm not just here to be here. I'm here to transform people. I'm here to fix your broken heart. Patch that hole in your heart. You have a hole in your heart. I'm here to fill it. All right. ADHD kicking in on one side. Weighed down. Yeah, the weighed down notes. Okay, so. Okay, if you are feeling weighed down by yesterday's failures, you wish you could undo decisions you made that you now regret. The past is beyond the realm of change and cannot be undone. Even I, though I live in a timeless realm, I represent the boundaries of time that exist in your world. So if I wasn't here, you guys wouldn't be here, right? You kind of understand that a little bit. The reason why you're here is because I'm here. And we're going to hook up and we're going to go tackle some, we're going to take some people out of darkness. Where's that other notes that was attached to this? Timeless, no. Oh, okay, yeah. All right, so don't waste your energy bemoaning bad choices you've made. Instead, ask me to forgive your sins and help you learn from your mistakes. Okay? It's all about making mistakes. That way we can learn from them. Okay? I hate to see my children weighed down by past failures, dragging them around like heavy chains attached to their legs. When you're feeling this way, try to imagine me cutting the chains off from your legs. I came to set my loved ones free. I came to set my loved ones free. You are free indeed. Rejoice that I redeem your failures, forgiving you and leading you along paths of newness. Talk with me about your mistakes and be ready to learn from me. Ask me to show you the changes I want you to make. I will guide you along right paths. My people are holy and dearly loved. I know that you're neither perfect nor sinless, but you are indeed holy in my sight. This is because I see you wrapped in the radiance of my righteousness. See? I see you wrapped in the radiance of my righteousness. So when I look at you and you look like that, how could I not love you, huh? When you're reflecting me and you look just like that, how could you not love you? My chosen people are holy and dearly loved. I know you're neither perfect nor sinless, but you are indeed holy in my sight. As my follower, you are covered with perfect righteousness forever. You are also dearly loved. Let this transformational truth seep into the inner recesses of your heart, mind, and spirit. I'll say this like 4 times. Let this transformational truth seep into the inner recesses of your heart, into the inner recesses of your mind, and into the inner recesses of your spirit. This is transformational truth. Okay, this isn't your typical metaphysics class, all right? This is the real spiritual deal, okay? And I'm giving you the way I'm showing you how it's done. Yeah, again, let this transformational truth seep into your inner recesses of your heart, mind, and spirit. Beloved is your deepest, truest identity. Beloved is your deepest, truest identity. What's your truest identity? Oh, I'm beloved. Oh, cool. So when you look in the mirror, say to yourself, I am my beloveds. Repeat those 4 words throughout the day and just before you fall to sleep. Remember, you are perfectly loved by the King of Glory. Remembering that you are perfectly loved by the King of Glory provides a solid foundation for your life. Remembering that you are perfectly loved by the King of Glory is a solid foundation for your life. I am my beloveds. I am my beloveds. I am my beloveds. Remembering you are perfectly loved by the King of Glory. Remembering that provides a solid foundation for your life. With your identity now secure in me, you can relate better to others. I want you to clothe yourself with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Work on developing these qualities in your relationships with other people. The Holy Spirit will help you. He lives in you and delights to live through you, blessing you and others. Okay, the Holy Spirit lives in you and delights to live through you, through your experiences, through what you're seeing, smelling, hearing, tasting, feeling, touching, sensing. All right, the Holy Spirit loves that. It delights in living through you. Okay. Um, yeah, I was going to close with that, but I think I got one more here. Okay, here it is. I want you to find your security in me. As the world you inhabit seems increasingly unsafe, turn your attention to me more and more often. Remember that I am with you at all times, and I have already won the ultimate victory. Because I am in you and you are in me, you have an eternity of perfect, stress free life awaiting you. There will be no trace of fear or worry in heaven. Reverential worship of the King of Glory will flood you with unimaginable joy. Will flood you. Reverential worship of me floods you with unimaginable joy. So let this future hope strengthen and encourage you. Let this future hope strengthen and encourage you. Let this future hope strengthen and encourage you while you're living in this deeply fallen world. When you start to feel anxious about something you have seen, heard, or thought, bring that concern to me. Remind yourself that I am the one who makes you secure in all circumstances. Remind yourself, I am the one who makes you secure in all your circumstances. If you find your mind gravitating towards like idolatrous way of feeling safe, tell yourself that's not what makes me safe. Then look trustingly to me and think about who I am. The victorious Savior God who is your friend forever. In me, you are absolutely secure. Where are you absolutely secure? In me. You are absolutely secure. Think about who I am. Victorious Savior God, who is your best friend forever. Dang, you teamed up on the right team, man. You got coolest dude forever. I want that other one. Lord, where'd it go? There it is. Okay. All right, we're gonna close with this one, I think. Yeah, this is the one I want to close with here. Okay, so everybody take a nice little deep breath, relax, and think about this. When tests and challenges come at you from all sides, consider it joyful opportunity. What? Joyful? Yeah, I'm over there grinding my teeth, going, yeah, I'm really having a great time, Lord. Oh, I did that so many times today. So it's hard for me as well. You guys probably having success. I used to be patient. Oh my goodness. But he's kind of taking that away from me. And now I'm digging deep in the toolbox and pulling out the tools so I can help you guys because I know you're going through very similar things. Now, when tests and challenges come at you from all sides, consider it a joyful opportunity. Don't waste energy regretting the way things are or wishing you could go back to yesterday. Remember that I am sovereign, powerful, and loving. I am with you to help you. Instead of being overwhelmed by all the difficulties, grasp my hand. Okay? Instead of being overwhelmed by all the difficulties, grasp my hand with confident trust. Though you are insufficient to handle your troubles by yourself, you and I together can handle anything. So, if you view your circumstances from this big picture perspective, you can be joyful even in the midst of your struggles. You have not only my presence with you, but my spirit within you. All right? My presence, like, hi, I'm here. My presence is with you, isn't it? And my spirit is within you now. I am always ready to help. Seek my assistance as often as you need. One of the hardest parts of dealing with multiple trials is waiting for their resolution. Okay? The hardest part of dealing with multiple trials is waiting for their resolution. Since patience is part of the Spirit's fruit, okay? One of the fruits that you gain after doing all this is patience. So, after practicing all this stuff, the fruit that you should bear would be patience. Since patience is a part of the Spirit's fruit, I can help you endure the waiting. Don't try getting out of hard times prematurely. Instead, persevere patiently, knowing that perseverance must finish its work, making you mature and complete. See, I started a work in you, and I'm going to complete it. I'm going to make you mature and complete. Don't try getting out of the hard times prematurely. Instead, persevere patiently, knowing that perseverance must finish its work, and that's what makes you mature and complete. All right. That's probably enough for you guys tonight. Head's probably spinning, and you guys are like feeling mature and complete now, aren't you? Cool. I love you guys. I've been struggling all day to get to this show just so I could get some relief. Being here, strangely, doing a show brings me peace. Being with you guys brings me that peace. And I know that if this can bring hope to you guys, it bring you peace, give you strength and courage, then that helps me with my peace, knowing that I've done my job trying to convey the message. Okay. What else? I am exhausted. I don't know if I can. Oh, we're still at 12. What else can we do, Lord? I think was the other one. I wanted to do the one where he's walking through the lightning again, but you guys have already heard the different phrases in there. It was important that you hear the second one where it says Jesus in the flesh right now, here. That whole message, if you think about the whole thing, Jesus in the flesh right now, here. Okay? That way we don't have to go through all the different little slowing it down and stuff. Just remember that that's a real message. It was encoded magnetically on that video in a different speed, which is in a different realm. And when I know these EVPs and they're at a different speed, that is verification for me that that is an authentic event. An authentic event. Much like an authentic event. Oh, never mind. I can't flash back to that now because you have to set the calendar, right? Yeah, like the event that happened here. Never mind, no. Let's just go back to that one right there. Oh, guys. Got any questions? You want to hang out here for a minute? Good. Oh, good. You guys are chilling and chatting. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put on a video for you guys here, and I'll be right back. It's probably important that we finish up this one. Oh, there it is. Ugh. I'm going to play that one for a sec while you guys sit there and chat for a minute, and I'll be back in a second. We'll wrap it up. If you guys got any questions or whatever, you can post them in the chat, or just prayers or well wishes. It's all good. All right. And this was one of the first ones that I ever captured. And what's going on here is I'm here on my knees. I'm crying and screaming and praying, all three at once. I was in some extreme anguish. A paranormal traumatic event happened to me, something so unbelievable you guys wouldn't believe it. So if I told you, so I'm going to show you instead. So in this image here, I'm sitting here praying, and Mary's head appears right next to my head, and we're going to zoom in on this. You can't go in too tight on it, but she's looking down at my head this way. Right back. There's pretty good. And you can make out her eye, her nose coming down, her shawl coming over, and it's in shadow right here. This is a shadow, the inside of her shawl going over her head like this. Here's her eye, her nose, her other eye would be on the other side there. Okay. You can't go in too tight on it. And then also is this white ball with an eye in it, this white orb with an eye in it. Okay, and that's not all, because over here in this corner up here is an angel. The silhouette of an angel with his wings spread, with his back to us, standing in a shaft of light. Here's his head. There's a glow over the head. The wings are extended, and there's a feather coming off. The last feather coming off is crossing over these brown roof tiles in the background here. And you can make out there's an angel right here. And you can even see his head right here. Going a little bit tighter. So there's the angel with his back to us and his wings spread. Yeah, you can see a lot better with the filter. Before it was really faint and it was hard to see. Same with this. This came out a little bit better here. Yeah, there's Mary looking down at my head because I was in anguish. I mean, what happened to me was just so disturbing. I can't even describe it. I was in crying, screaming, and praying, an experience I'd never felt before. All three of them at the same time. It was just terrible. But when I was out in my garage and praying, and my security camera captured this image, and it wasn't until a few days later that I went back through my security camera that I saw this image and went, oh my God, what happened here? So there's that one for the moment. The other picture, but I hadn't found it for years later until I was digging around through my old pictures and stuff, and went even further back to see if I'd missed anything, and I captured this one. And we're going to zoom into this streak right up here, this one right here. Bear with me for a second here. Now, hopefully, you can see that we have a lady's profile here. Here's her eye, here's her forehead, her snub little nose, here's the bottom jaw. She's smiling, she's looking down, and she's holding a baby. And here's the baby's head right here. Here's the face, the back of the head. Here's her arm cupped around like this, and she's holding the baby. Now I'm going to run this through the filter real quick, and it's going to enhance it, but a little bit too much. See, now you can really make out her profile a lot better and see her face, and her headdress is coming over and going down back behind her. And something just occurred to me. I want to try something real quick here. Hang on. I think, whoops, right there. You can see the baby a little bit better. His head, okay? And that's the Revelation 12 baby being born down in our man cave, our little garage area, all right, where I do a lot of my praying and stuff. You could see in the previous video, that's where I do a lot of my praying, is down there, away from everybody, quiet by myself and stuff. And this isn't the first event. Let's back out of this a little bit and take you to another thing here real quick. All right, so back up to my own channel here and type in wake up call. Who's ready to see Nibiru? No, you guys have all seen it already. Oh wait, there's a couple people here I think still haven't.
Welcome back, folks. First off, I'd like to say thank you to a fellow YouTuber who...
All right, so that would be Mark Wages.
Boom.
Showed me how to use this instrument because I was shown this. All right, this is September 10th of 2017. This is 13 days before the Revelation 12 star alignment. Okay, God showed me this. This is the day. This image right here changed my life forever. All right, and I understood what was going on, and it took a while to see it. I was looking at the CME, and he's like, no, look deeper, look, come on, look at it. And I'm like, I see a CME. Well, it's a black spheroid object right here, and the CME, it actually has plasma wings that curl back, and I want to try to get the other wing in the field of view here. Let's see if we tone it down just a tad bit. You can make out that there is a wing on this side and a corresponding one reaching back this way. The fabled winged planet Nibiru is a stellar core or a satellite rotating or orbiting a much bigger object back behind it. This. Okay. So there's your Nibiru. This red one out front right here, and then the bigger nemesis back behind it. Here's a conduit of plasma. It's sucking off of the sun in like a teardrop shape into this. All right, here's a little damage ring starting to form right around here, okay, or an impact zone where this plasma is hitting the surface of this and spreading out in a circular fashion. Okay, God showed me this on September 10th of 2017, the day my life turned upside down, inside out, 180 in a violent way, not like violent, violence, but in a very powerful way, let's just say, okay? So it all started right here. I had just finished a long tour in the Salvation Army. I was getting my family back together. Everything had come back together. All the plans were, after years and years of hard work, had all come together, and I was just about to have success and be reunited with my family. And then this event happened to me, and a couple days later, you see this is September 10th of 2017 down here. 13 days later was the Revelation 12 star alignment. Okay, that was another celestial signpost. When you are in a certain part and you look up into the sky and you see that alignment, that means you're at a certain angle. you're seeing it from a certain perspective. That means you're in a certain region of space. If you can see that alignment happen, that means you're currently traveling along a path, and that's a celestial signpost. This is a celestial signpost too. This was actually stamped into the fields. This is a crop circle. Years ago, before this event happened, this whole configuration was stamped into the grass, into the fields, and people are like, oh, I wonder what that one means. I wonder what this one means. I wonder what that one means. Well, when I saw this, I was like, oh, I recognize the crop circle it came from, too. Real event, a real celestial object that's much bigger than our sun, okay? It's ripping plasma off the sun. This thing is like a vampire. It just robs the sun of plasma and energy. Every time it goes by, it rips more plasma off the sun. This thing's trying to get back to its state of burning again, but it won't. It's a dead, burned out star, probably our binary twin right here, with its orbiting planets and satellites that go along with it, okay? So you're looking at Nibiru and Nemesis showed up as foretold in the Bible. The dragon stood in front of the woman. It stood before the woman. There's a couple of different interpretations there, before or in front of. It stood 13 days before the woman stood. It stood 13 days in front of the woman, okay? Everybody saw the woman and missed the dragon. At this time frame, everybody was like, oh, we should be seeing Nibiru. We should be seeing it here, blah, 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 blah. And I wasn't a big Nibiru guy. I was a ufologist, all right? I've been plagued with UFOs my whole life since I was a little kid, and I knew that they were real, and that was my field. I had 80 hours of footage. I've had thousands and thousands of encounters. I knew, oh, they're real. So that was my field, and I wasn't a big Nibiru guy, But when God showed me this, I was like, oh, it is real. It is true. Aha, I see now what's going on. And this white circle represents the size of the sun. Well, this is much bigger, okay? All right, so all started on September 10th, 2017. Then the woman stood clothed in the sun with the moon at her feet, wearing a crown of 12 stars. That actually took place. It happened 13 days. Here's the dragon sitting in front, ready to devour the child, right? It's devouring the sun, right? It's ready to devour the child. Then we go back now to this video that we were just watching a minute ago. Can we go back one more? Okay, I'm trying to do a little chronological thing for you guys here as well. Okay, so the first event was,
and you can still make out the baby.
The first event was Nibiru and Nemesis. Okay, September 10th, 2017. 13 days later, on September 23rd of 2017, was the star alignment. And then here we are 11 days after the star alignment on October 4th of 2017, being born in my garage, in my manger. If we weren't so sophisticated, this would be the manger to our main house. Okay, so here's this baby being born down in my manger, down in the man cave here on October 4th of 2017. Then we go, after this event happened right here, this entity entered me, okay? And it was not, let's just say that's why I was on my knees, crying, screaming, and praying in the very next day. This is October 5th of 2017. This is an anointing ceremony, okay? You saw the baby being born the day before. That spiritual entity entered me. And now here's the coronation, the anointing ceremony right here on October 5th of 2017, okay? Now let's back out of that, and I want to go down and show you this, because it during that time frame, this happened as well.
These new menu items at Panera are perfect times. They're also each under $10.
It's the commercial. The timing has to be.
Howdy, folks. Welcome back.
Just
I'm
laughing.
real excited to show you this one. This is an angel that was captured on my security cameras, and now I've run it through the filter here. So if you turn your head to the right, about 45 degrees, you can make out the head, the hair, the breasts. It's a female, the torso, the waist, the legs coming down here, a wing coming off here, a wing coming off over here. And we'll zoom in on this real quick, because
Actually,
it's nice and...
Wait, stop. Zoom out so when we zoom in, it's not too big. There we go.
clear that you can. Okay, and this is an angel that was caught hovering in a shaft of light over this sleeping child down below here. So, zoom in on it again. Just excited that you could see it a lot clearer now, because before, sleeping child down below here. So,
right there.
zoom.
Right there's a good shot of it. All right. Hopefully you guys see this beautiful angel. She's laying in the sky, or laying at this angle, okay? So you have to tilt your head to the right about 45 degrees. It helps you see the image a little bit better. And the fact that it was captured on a security camera hovering over this sleeping child. This is there's no date on this timestamp on this one, but it was during that time frame. Okay? It was right after the anointing ceremony or whatever. This activity started to pick up in my house, okay? Then, wait, yeah, that's good. We had activity like this going on. So I was capturing angels, and I thought I captured that one hovering over the sleeping child. So I set the couch up with the camera, pointing at it, hoping to, catch any kind of activity there again. Well, a few weeks later, my kids went and got a brand new toy, and they were like, we're going to go down to the lower garage, down to the man cave, and we're going to play with this toy all night long, Dad. We will be up all night long. And I thought, okay, whatever. And about an hour later, it gets awfully quiet down there. So, like a parent, we go down to check, see what's going on down there. Too quiet, right? When we get down there, they're conked out. It's only 7:30 at night. I mean, we just finished dinner. The kids are new toy. What? And they're conked out. Well, they got up, went upstairs, went to bed. It was just odd. I thought that was just odd. But then a couple days later, it occurred to me, oh my gosh, the kids were sleeping on the couch, and I had the camera pointed at it. I wonder if we captured another angel. So I went back to these series of images, and then I stacked them all on top of each other. You see this white little stripe going through one of the images is actually the outside of the wing. This dark area in here is the inside cup of the wing. There's another wing coming up here. And most of this is you see out of the peripheral of your eye. So don't try to look at it. Just stare like straight right here at that spot on the couch, and let the peripheral vision, you'll see there's two angels on their knees bowing. Okay. There's one back here on his knees. They're locked wing and wing. They have the right wing and left wing of this are right here. They're locked wing and wing. See them bowing right there? I'll leave that sitting there for a minute so you guys can. And then you see how also this picture is twisting and bending and warping. The camera is mounted, so the camera can't move. Whatever is the angels bowing is what's warping this picture. So the fact that the picture's warping and twisting and bending like this indicates that this is a real event. I know it's a real event. I'm just trying to show you guys so you can see, okay? Hopefully this will bring you some peace. when you're sleeping, you will envision the angels that are really there protecting you. Okay? And angels bowing. Well, angels only bow to God, so there was this event that happened. Now, also, I want you to take note of this little, it's a weight bench that we put a little bar on. We're making a little device out of it or whatever. It just happens to be sitting in the background right here. But when I take you to the next video, there's an event that's taking place during these frames that we're going to take you to. It's back here in this corner right here. And it takes place, it's in one of these frames here. And I'll take you to it here. How do we get to that one now? Oh, that's right. So, right here. Okay, so not only are my caption angels, but we're also captioning demons and stuff too. So I got to warn you, this is going to be a little disturbing, because this is the demonic side. Okay, and I don't glorify this, but it is part of it, and it's important that you guys know this part. Okay, so here we are. Here's this little weight table with our thing laying on it right here. Okay, this is I zoomed in to the corner of one of the frames where those angels are bowing, and captured in one of the frames is this.
Howdy folks, welcome back. So I've been going through some more of these pictures and running them through the filter and stuff. And not only were we finding angels and Mary and stuff, but there's also demons, and I've also found Satan in this stuff too. So as we're looking here at this picture, what I'm talking about is in this mosaic of blotchy white dots that you see this picture is comprised of. When you zoom in really tight in on a picture, you'll see that it's made up of these splotchy little patches and dots. These new digital cameras make these little blotches. Well, hiding in these blotches are faces. And if you haven't seen it yet, there's an eye right here and an eye right here. And when you make eye contact with these two eyes right here, you'll see the mouth fall into place down here. It's snarling. If you look, it's got some kind of streaks or horns or something or wrinkles coming out of its head up here. And this is some kind of demon or principality. You know, other people refer to them as principalities, but this is what I'm talking about, and hopefully you can see this here. This is a pupil right here of an eye. This is a pupil of a bigger eye. Here's the whites of the eye, the white of this eye. These two eyes. Once you look at those, you'll see it falls into place. Maybe I'll pull back a little bit.
All right, there we go. We pulled back a little bit. You can see it has a little goatee right here too. The teeth, corresponding eyes, horns coming out, wrinkles across the nose. All right, and that was up in the corner, in the very corner of that one of those frames.
You can see a little bit better. So zoom in right about there is good, and you can make out there's.
So not only were there angels there bowing, but there was a demon in the background snarling.
Teeth here in this mouth. There's a corresponding mouth with these eyes. Wrinkles going across the nose here. This is some kind of demon or principality. And it's tucked in the way in the corner of this picture, way back up in here. And you can't even see it as in a normal picture, but you zoom in, swing it over, zoom in, and you can see this face just appear. And there's more faces in this stuff too, but this one's really defined and pretty dominant in this picture. So I want to start off with that one. Hopefully you guys can see this one. Okay. So in this sequence here, I've got my camera pointed at the couch now because I've been capturing activity around this couch. And one night I was just sitting on my couch there praying and wasn't really thinking of capturing anything. Here I was just sitting here praying before I started taking pictures or doing my thing, and it was already running. And lo and behold, there's some kind of demon up here. You'll see some green wings over here kind of flapping. And it lifts up my bike and spits a bolt of energy on it. And I had no idea this happened until I went back through my pictures and stuff. And I put this series into motion in a flip book. And I realized, oh my goodness, look what happened. It picked up my bike and spit a bolt of energy on it. This one, you can't really see the face too well, but you can make out the wings kind of flapping. Maybe we'll pull it over a little this way a little more. There we go. And this thing turns, picks up my bike, lifts it up, and spits a bolt of energy on it.
A fiery dart.
Okay, there's that. I'll let you look at that one for a second longer. Okay, in this series here, I'm sitting on the couch again praying, camera set up, and you'll see a purple streak, a bolt come in here, right there, boom, and it hurt. You can see my reaction to it. So we'll let it run again. Here I am sitting here praying. There's all kinds of stuff jumping around in the background, and then zap right there. And that was a real one. I could feel it. And now when I go back, we're going to go back to the top of that bolt and zoom in on the face. Okay, so here's the frame out of that sequence of me getting hit with that bolt. You can see the bolt coming down here. It's got a kind of a purple hue to it or whatever. And then we're going to start zooming in to the face up top here. And it's going to be Satan's face. So you guys ready to see this? If not, you might want to stop the video at this point. But I do not glorify this at all. I do not like to give him attention, but it's important to know that he's real, because he wants everybody to think that he's not real. I think you might be able to see this face without me pointing anything out yet. There we go. Okay, so let me zoom out so I can see it. If you look right here at this eye, this is his crazed eye. The other on the other side is bigger. It's the all-seeing eye. It's a little out of proportion, but then you can make out the side of his face, his jawline coming down, the bottom of his chin, his face going up here. Here's his mouth with some evil kind of grin on it. You can see his ear coming out over here. You can make out horns coming up. And this is in that mosaic of dots again, but these faces pop out and they're more prominent. You can see this one really stands out. And that's Satan right there. You can even make out some wings coming up here. And he's mad. He's mad because I'm praying. And he's spitting bolts of energy at me and spitting on my bike and doing all sorts of crazy stuff.
Because of who I am.
So.
Okay. Then, let's keep going chronologically, kinda. Because then, it starts doing this.
Details. Now more defined.
Howdy, folks. Welcome back. So these faces that I've been showing you in the last few videos that are in the etherical or in that mosaic that I was talking about are not only taking place there, but now they're taking shape in our clouds. And with this new filter, I was able to go through some of these pictures, and it really makes them pop now. So if you can't see it yet, there's an eye here, an eye here. Here's the nose, a mouth down below. Here's an ear coming back up, the jaw running down, little pointed chin. And this face seems to almost be bisected. One half is like a goblin, and this other half looks like almost like a Wolverine or a Ewok type character. So I'll let you look at that for a minute. And this was pretty faint in the original picture, but now with the filter, it really makes it pop. So hopefully you guys can see that now. And then I'm going to bring you some more. Okay. Okay, one more. And this one right here, you can make out we have an eye here and an eye right here. Here's the nose, and here's some lips. And it looks like he's blowing. You can make out his ear over here. Horns and stuff coming up, his eyebrows. There we go. Now you can see a little bit better. An eye, the nose, the lips. Okay, so I wanted to show you that one with the filter, so you can see it turned out pretty good too. So, well, that's it for now. I love you all. I hope you enjoy.
Some of these storm chasers that I'm watching are driving towards a big old storm front, and there's faces like this right on the storm front looking right at them with lips blowing wind and stuff. It's crazy. I love to watch the storm chasers just to look at the cloud configurations they're going after. And these things look down at them too. Look at all the cars scurrying around on the ground underneath this big old cloud structure. Crazy, crazy stuff, you guys. Really happening too. If you just look up, if you get out of your cell phone and for 5 minutes and look up at the clouds, you'd see that there's more going on up there than meets the eye. Okay? And this activity follows me everywhere I go. I can go to a different town and it'll form in the clouds there. I can go to a different country and it forms in the clouds there. It doesn't necessarily form all around the world, but wherever I go, they follow it. They follow me. These entities in the clouds, spiritual entities, follow, watch, and study my every move. Let's go to Star Wars. You guys having fun or what? Yeah, chilling with Big Buddy. He's showing you all the real stuff.
Yes, and I've been taking pictures every day because I've been seeing these events unfold in the sky every day now. So I've been getting lots of pictures and not even enough time to process them yet, but here we go. So this one I saw unfolding when I was driving, and I couldn't take a picture until I got to this stoplight. So I squeezed off as many pictures as I could at this stoplight, and we're going to start zooming in, pulling it over a little bit.
Why is it so wavy?
And maybe some of you see it now, but there's Yoda in the sky right there. Yes.
All right, where's my pointer? Okay, here, let's try to get this a little bit better without all the wavy lines. Okay. Here's one eye. Here's his other eye. Yoda has this short little button nose. He doesn't have a normal human nose. It's like a little tiny little button nose. Oh, I want those wavy lines out of there. Ooh. There we go. It's pretty good. All right, so the eye, his little button nose. He has a stubby chin. His chin's down here in the power lines a little bit. Okay, and then you can see his round bulbous head with all the wrinkles going across it. His ear coming out over on this side, an ear on this side. There's Yoda right there sitting in the sky watching me, following, watching, studying my every move. Ascended masters like Yoda.
Welcome back. So
follow,
we got you at April. This one I saw
watch and study me everywhere I go.
I couldn't take a picture until I got to this stoplight, so I squeezed off as many pictures as I could at this stoplight, and we're gonna start zooming in, pulling it over a little bit, and maybe some of you see it now, but there's Yoda in the sky right there.
Okay, ascended masters. He taught peace. A lot of the stuff in Star Wars that Yoda says are all actually like biblical principles and stuff. One of the most important things that you guys need to understand that was said in there is you must unlearn what you have learned. What they taught you in school, what they teach you in the media, you must unlearn what you have learned. Then Luke says to him, I want to be a great warrior. And he says, wars do not make one great. Some basic, simple morality tools coming from an ascended master who watches, follows, and studies my every move. Ascended masters study my spiritual achievements. Kind of because of who I am. Where we going now? Oh yeah, the faces in the clouds. Oh, my hands are going numb and my fingers feel like dead meat, so it's hard to type. You're not sure if you're touching the buttons. Imagine what that's like, having two dead lumps of meat at the end of two poles called your arms.
This is probably the best image right here. The dragon face. Back. Fortunately, there is no activity on the sun. It's nice and quiet, so there's really nothing to report. Weird, so I started taking a couple of pictures here. This is what it looked like before I went into the store. And when I came out of the store, there was this giant Grinch face sitting in the sky. If you can't see it, here's his eye, his other eye. Here's his nose right here with the little nostrils. He's got that short stubby nose with the nostrils you can see up. Here's his little smirk. He's got the puffy cheeks like this. So this face right here is the Grinch. And I took a ton of pictures of this. So we're going to start scrolling down. And you can see it here. And right here, it starts to become more and more defined and more clear. Okay. So as we scroll down, it's getting, more and more defined here. Then, as we keep going, you'll see that the Grinch starts to grow horns here. You can see in some of these pictures here. I'll go down another row. There we go. You can see here that the Grinch is...
I guess I have to full screen it here. There we go. It's better.
Face now. You can make out his puffy cheeks now and his nose a little better. But now he's starting to grow horns. So we got the Grinch growing horns. And if you look at this last image right here, it's starting to turn into a dragon face. And if we scroll down one more here, you can see over here, it's turned into a dragon. This one's a little bit bigger. It's hard to see. But the Grinch is now turned into a dragon face. And maybe I'll just try this real quick. Bring up this one a little bit better. This is probably the best image right here of the dragon face. So, the Christmas season, the Grinch showed up and turned into a dragon. So you can see how I take a bunch of pictures like, alright.
Oh, we've seen this one before. Hang on.
Goblin face last night, okay? So I want to show you that before that, it was actually a wolf face. And let's see, we can get that. Yeah, it's a little bit better. You can make out an eye here, an eye there. Here's the ear coming up, the snout coming down. Here's the black nose on the end. The mouth is open, and he's huffing and puffing. It's the big bad wolf huffing and puffing in the sky. And there were like 4 frames of this.
It's not doing it justice.
Right there. And then it started to evolve
and
get clearer.
Here I got better images than that. Here we go. So there you can see it was a wolf that was huffing and puffing, and it changed into the demon face. Okay? The big bad wolf. He's going to huff and puff and blow your house down. See the ear right here, the 2 eyes. Sorry, it's kind of jumping around. I was taking pictures from different... I didn't hold it up the whole time in the same spot. But you can see that these cloud formations morph and change. So it changed from the big bad wolf into this little demon face right there, Satan's face or whatever, okay? So there was that event. Now I got these faces, all these faces and stuff that follow me around in the clouds, all right? Everywhere I go, especially when I'm in pain, these faces show up and they're popping out all over the place, watching me, following me, studying me. Also got, where is it? Just real quick here, the UFOs. There's angels up in the clouds. UFOs, yeah, and UFOs. You guys have all seen plenty of UFOs
in the same day, and pictures and so much stuff to cover, and I'm way behind on my videos, so let's just get to it.
First off, can you see this eye right here forming in the clouds? There's an eye. The nose is going to be here and the mouth is going to be here. It's going to be this face right here. It's starting to gel and come together, all right? This is what I look for in the sky. Well, when I was taking pictures and stuff, this would be configurations that I look for forming in the sky, all right? So I see this face starting to pop out of the clouds here. It's going to form probably a big old lion. Doesn't that look like it's about to form a lion or something? All right, I'm trying to get these wavy lines out of here. They totally bug me. I wish I had a professional studio because this stuff is so important. All right, anyways, let's continue on with this real quick here. You guys are still here?
Squeeze a bunch of pictures into one video here. So I started seeing this event right here unfold, and I was looking at this spiral cloud and snapping pictures of that. But something else appeared in this picture, and I'm going to pull over to this little object that's hovering over the mountain here. Okay, so we got a nice clear UFO black disc floating in the sky next to this.
This thing been following me my whole life, okay? When I was 4 years old, this thing came and hung out in front of my house. And I knew exactly what it was. I didn't even have to be told. But when I saw my mom later, I told her I saw the Starship Enterprise just without the back part. It was just the front part of the Starship Enterprise. Because that's when Star Trek had just come out back then. And I was watching that on TV thinking, whoa, this seems familiar, kind of weird, you know. And then one day I went outside and this thing follows me everywhere I go. Not just this one, all kinds. But there it is, captured in that picture while I was taking the picture of the face in the cloud.
Black disc floating in the sky next to this event. Okay, so there's that one. Okay, here in this image, there's a going up in this magnetic wave signature or whatever they're using. Oh, it's hanging out next to this angel. You can see the angel up there in the cloud. Multiple angels. Okay, so there's that image, and this was the first picture of the day. This was the first image on the 27th. And then here's the second image from the same day, and it's still there. So I managed to capture it in two different images, the same object in the sky, in the same place, in two images back to back.
Trying to catch the angels in the cloud there too.
Here I was taking a picture of this little round rainbow type of pictures. This is just sitting in the sky. So there's that one.
And a lot of these UFOs
In this image, I was
will hang out right next to a face in the clouds. They're trying to get your attention to look up in this direction, because when you look up at the UFO, right next to it or somewhere around it usually is like one of those faces.
taking
here.
a picture of this little stripe in the sky because it just looked strange. It didn't look like a regular contrail to me right here. See that little bumpy stripe? And then I noticed something else was sitting up right next to it here, and we'll zoom in on it. And this is another one of these UFOs, and it's way up there. That's not a bird or a bug or anything, because as I pan back, it is way, way, way up there and just tiny. Okay, another image here where I was just snapping pictures, and I noticed another one of these black UFOs hovering right in the middle of my picture.
Okay, and these are the type of UFOs that I used to investigate back when I was a ufologist. I had videotape, hours and hours of videotape that got confiscated. I got all kinds of pictures and stuff, but I don't even mess with them anymore. I lost interest in that subject. But they still follow me around, watch me, study me everywhere I go. Pretty freaky. Not anymore. I'm used to it now, but when it first started happening, I was used to the UFOs, but the angels and all the other demons and stuff, that was a little freaky. All right, now, where was I going after the UFOs? Oh, yeah. So, we have visitors.
America to show Hitler can be outfought.
Hitler's
Based on the true
back?
story.
Oh, no.
Get ready for
Oh, please.
of the year.
And remember, gentlemen, try to have fun.
Okay, a hole in my hand.
Gentlemanly warfare. Rated R.
There, whoever created this, or whoever these people are that are responsible for these flying machines 1,000 years ago, are now back and here. Okay, so we've seen them coming out of the sun, and now
Real quick.
stream. That's when it occurred to me, this thing sitting next to this one, they're the same object. It's the same thing. Whoever made this craft right here is here now. And what I thought was a man standing on the plane before is actually one of the vertical stabilizers that comes out at an angle, kind of like an F-18's vertical stabilizers. They're not straight up and down vertically; they come out at an angle. Well, much like that, so do these ones right here. And what I thought was a man standing up is this vertical stabilizer right here. Okay, so now back to this one. When I was looking at this
Come on.
grasshopper type looking head, almost like a snub-nosed dragon with a mouth right here, a blunt shortened nose, 2 eyes, and this would be the head kind of looking this way.
Oh, come on.
Okay, so again, the eyes, the snout, kind of a snub-nosed one with the curls back around with the mouth here, okay? And I was just kind of baffled at what a weird nose. It actually looks like a creature or something like that. Okay, now in this image, this is of a different model.
This thing follows me around everywhere I go, too. Okay? So not only do I have UFOs that follow me around, I got advanced races from the past, whichever race this is, that showed up 1,000 years ago, influenced the natives to make gold trinkets out of it. And I don't know why we're not just getting wavy lines all night. All right. Anyways, another example of the visitors, the advanced races from the past that follow, watch, and study my every move. Okay? Real stuff. actually captured during one of the photos. I was photoing some other cloud, and this thing was in the background, and I was like, what is that in the background? And I zoomed in on this. I'm like, no way, an airplane of clouds? But then I saw the face on
An
it.
angle, kind of like an F-18's vertical stabilizers. They're not straight up and down vertically. They come out at an angle. Well, much like that, so do these ones right here.
Oh, just can't get rid of the wavy lines. All
And
right,
what
so
I thought was a man standing up,
so we had that happen. Okay, I got UFOs. I got advanced races from the past that follow, watch, and study my every move. I got no privacy. My life is on display in the clouds. So embarrassing. I'm glad most people can't see it. We were going from that one to, oh, yes. Well, to this one. One that we use a lot. Let's play the whole thing now.
Nominated Joe
Now you'll know where this
performing
fits in.
live on Saturday, November 9th at the Grand Theater. Tickets on sale now at
Thank you.
Howdy, folks. Welcome back. So, snapping some pictures of the clouds yesterday, and I noticed something forming in the clouds, what looked like a face over here. And I'm going to start zooming in on this face because it's a real face. And if you look back behind it here, let's zoom in just a little bit. You'll notice that back behind here, this face is being projected by Jesus's heart right here. You can see it radiating out. Here's Jesus's face. He's pulling open his shirt, exposing his heart. His heart's radiating out this image in the sky. See his face here? And there's a crown right here. Also in the etherical, in black, there's another crown right here. Anyways, I just wanted to show you this picture. Isn't this amazing? And this face, I recognize this face. I know who this is. I know who this face is. I see him every morning in the mirror. That's not all. I got another one. And a few moments later, in this image, I took a picture of the same cloud, but this is at a different angle. I rotated it 90 degrees. And I want you to look right up in here. You can see that there's a face, two eyes, smile. Here's the head. And the arms are outstretched, and he's holding a cell phone taking pictures of the sky. This is an image of me taking the pictures of the clouds. So the clouds are now mimicking me taking pictures of them. Pretty crazy. Tilt your head to the right a little bit and you can see it a lot clearer. And just to kind of go in on these eyes, because they're there in the face. That's what my eyes must look like when I'm looking up at this stuff in amazement, just going, wow, no way. And then we'll pull back and you'll see that that's part of this face. Who's holding out a cell phone, taking pictures. That's me taking pictures of the clouds. All right, I just wanted to bring that to you real.
Okay, these images are a lot of pain too. It hurts to hold up the cell phone because I have a shattered shoulder, okay, and a torn rotator cuff and all sorts of great stuff. So to hold the camera up at a 45-degree angle like that for a long time, the blood runs out of your arms, your heart starts to race until you can't stand up anymore. It gets pretty intense. So most of these images that you're looking at are all because of pain, because it hurts to hold that camera up And I have to wait for these clouds to gel and come together. It takes a minute. You can't just, when I see a face, I'll open up my camera and try to take a picture real quick as soon as I can, and it's gone. But if I stand there and hold it up for a while, they'll gel and come together. And now you see the clouds are making my face with a crown. Jesus is projecting my face in the clouds wearing a crown. And the clouds are also mimicking me taking pictures of them. Okay? Pretty crazy stuff. Imagine if that was happening to you and no one believed you. And yet you have all the evidence and no one believed you. So then that leads us up to this event that happened. Whoops. Actually, let's.
Ask your healthcare provider.
No, I won't. Happy Easter. So. I titled this Happy Easter because I posted it on Easter the day after it happened. This event happened the day before Easter.
Pull back a little.
And my son took this picture when I was ran into the store, right?
Howdy, folks.
All this activity happens.
Easter. So what you're looking at here is a picture my son took of this UFO-shaped looking cloud here that to him seemed to be dropping out of the sky. And I had run into the store and this appeared and he said, "Dad, this thing looked like it was dropping out of the sky, so I took a picture of it for you." So as I looked at this, I noticed something, and I'm going to start pointing stuff out here. As I zoom in here a little bit, it looks like we have what is a saucer-shaped cloud with this nice little white ring and everything. But back behind it, I see a darker black circle. A stellar core, what looks like a stellar core right here, this black circle, is penetrating the atmosphere and causing this cloud to form, this halo-shaped cloud.
These things cause condensation. They cause the water in the air to condense into water droplets, and they make these round UFO type looking clouds. So some of those UFO type looking clouds out there that you see are UFOs. Then let's get into a little bit better here, right here.
Okay, here I've zoomed in on it. Now, I'm going to point out something here that I have from my spirit videos, and it's what I call like the etherical realm. And I want you to look right here at this dot and this dot. This is a set of eyes. I'm going to pull it over a little bit. We're going to zoom in. Here's the mouth, the eyes,
The
the
flange.
face, the horns of a dragon. I'll pull back a little bit. And I'll zoom in.
Wait, that's too much.
Can you see the dragon?
Right there. Okay, dragons are real. Okay? Just on the other side of the veil, the dragon's right there waiting. Okay? And that happened the day before Easter.
Dragon. And then as I pan back, you can still see the dragon's face as well as this. This is multiple dimensions in this picture. There's so much going on in this picture.
All right. As long as you can see the dragon, this dragon face, I guess, is representing this object or whatever it is, interacting with the atmosphere, with the air, causing condensation and a cloud to form around it. And it's got the dragon face on it. All right. Now this event, let's see if we got, well, in the very opening here, you see this mountain right here underneath this event. Okay. This is the same mountain Okay, after this event, I knew that the next day was Easter, and I saw this the night before, posted it on Easter, and then that sunset, I went down to the same spot, and that's when we captured this. That's when we captured this on Easter.
Over a course of about an hour, and I got
Okay, here's the hill. This hill goes up and then goes down on the other side. All right, so the dragon was formed over here, and this was formed on the other side of the hill the next day.
a lot of pictures of it. See, if we go up above here, you can see all these pictures up from way over here going across, or all of this event, and I'm going to show you more of what happened here. Okay, here I've taken about 7 or 8 of those pictures and put them together where you can see that this face has changed now. Now we're seeing a more round, like lion type face with the nose right here. Here's an eye coming out here, an eye going that way. Here's its mouth slit, the chin going down here. So this round face right here with a crown still above it. Now I'm going to go through and show you the flip book where it changes from Jesus to this lion face. Okay, now we're here at this image right here. This is a flip book of about maybe 15 or 20 of those pictures, and it's the trend.
Okay, is this starting to make sense now? Now that I've laid it all out in chronological order, how we got to this point right here, okay, and why this is such a special event. This is a miracle. This is a 2,000-year-old prophecy that came true on Easter. The gravity of this event happening on Easter should sink a ship. Okay, and that's how we got to this point right here. That's why I keep showing that, because I went through a lot of different stuff to get to this phase here. Okay, and this happened on Easter of 2020. Okay, 4 years ago. That's how close we are. Okay, and yeah, I think we're ready for the final dot that connects them all. Each one of these is like a dot, okay? And each of these dots is a miracle / hint / clue. All three at the same time. God works in multiple ways, multiple dimensions with multiple meanings. Wait. With some sound.
To my video.
Okay.
Howdy, folks. Welcome to my video. My name is Brian Knight, and I've been struggling with this for a while, on how to do this video. So please bear with me here. So first off, I want you to look at my ID here. So you know who I am, I say I am. I want you to take note of the date of birth. March 24th, 1970. That's 3 days after spring. Jesus resurrected 3 days after spring. The real Easter is March 24th. In this famous painting here, this shows the Roman soldier piercing Jesus' heart with a spear. Now, what he didn't know is that the heart is on this side over here, but he stabbed him on the right-hand side. So, and then I'm going to show you another painting.
This is before I had a tripod.
They didn't have cameras back then. Sorry, it's shaky. Okay. They didn't have cameras back then to take pictures of this, so artists painted what they saw, so for the historical record. So you've seen these. this one more time. Something else to show you.
Okay. Okay, the angels told me that my birthmark was a mortal wound suffered in a previous life. I did not know I had this birthmark until they told me that.
Comes back on your next body as a birthmark. And this is the birthmark that I have on the side of my chest. See?
And it has faces in it too.
Different image here too. There it is again. Okay, on camera.
Now, I had a shattered shoulder. I did not know I had this. It wasn't until a couple of months until I got the sling off of my arm that I was able to look under my arm and find out that I had a stab wound shaped birthmark right in the same spot. And it's got faces in it. You'll see here in a minute.
Okay. There it is again. Just to prove that this is me, we're going to go over here. Why is this? Hi. Okay, there we go. There it is. See? That's the mark. All right. So I showed you Mary and angels in my garage. I showed you demons and Satan in my garage. I've shown you the Nemesis system of Nibiru. Showing you all this evidence. Now I'm showing you the mark. Now, I'm a humble man. I don't like to go around proclaiming stuff like this. So I'm going to leave it up to you to make your decision. But I feel that it's time that the world knows what's going on and who I am. So you're seeing with your own eyes here the evidence that I have. And this has been hard for me to do this video. I've been struggling with it for a while, how to do this and what I'm going to say. So please understand and just bear with me. I'm just a regular man, but some strange stuff's been going on in my life. If you've seen any of my other videos, you need to go back and watch.
Okay, so let's see if we can get one shot right here. I'll point out these faces. All right, it's kind of hard for me to do because I'm gonna. Here, let's just do it.
Maybe if I did it like this.
All right, one more time here. See if we can get a good shot of it.
There it is. See?
I'm trying to get it where it's nice and smooth. I want to point out the faces here.
Mark.
Okay, there we go. There's a good one. Right here, it's an eye, a nose. This is a face with two horns. The devil, right there, that face. Right next to it is another face with an eye, and bushy hair. There's Jesus right there. Then in another dimension in white, a white face with an eye, a nose, a mouth, and a chin right here. So in white is a face, and in brown are two faces right there. All three entities in one mark. All right. It's not what everybody thought it was. God is Jesus and the devil all in one. All right. He's good and evil. He knows both good and evil, but chooses good. That's the big difference. Okay? It's important that you understand this, okay? It's for your mental well-being. Know that, yes, I am the devil, but yes, I am also Jesus, depending on which side of me you want to land on. Okay? I know both good and evil. I choose good. Okay? But you need to respect this side over here. That's the fear of God, is respect. Also, respect for what this man did. Okay? It's a spiritual affliction that I've been thrust upon me. I did not ask for this. This was thrust upon me. Like I said, I'm just an ordinary, average day guy going about my life. And then all of a sudden, this stuff starts hitting me and coming at me. And I'm trying to get my family to understand and believe me, yet they won't. They won't even look. And I got this wonderful gift for them. Don't I? Don't I? Don't I have a wonderful gift for these people? This gift right here, the gift of sight. Come here, you guys, quit messing around with it.
And this happened back around
The gift of sight, to be able to see the spiritual realm in the clouds. The gift of Jesus showing up in the clouds on Easter. A 2,000-year-old prophecy, promise. That's a promise. That wasn't a prophecy. That was a promise, baby. Came true. Was upheld. Okay? It's excruciatingly painful. I'm spiritually attacked all the time. Everything I try to do, I get resistance from everybody. It's the oddest thing. I could say the sky is blue and somebody go, nah, today it's kind of gray looking. Just instant resistance. So it's been really hard to do this and to bring this to you, because it's very disturbing for most people. Okay? It should be comforting. It should be comforting. I'm here to comfort you in this time of need. I'm here to give you solid foundation for which you can rely on and trust in. The more you trust me with this vital information, the freer you will be, the more courage you will have. It's not about me. It's about you. I'm trying to help you. Okay? From the experiences that I've been through my notes. Maybe we'll find one last thing to close out to, and I'll read one last thing to you guys, okay? Now maybe my reading might sound a little bit more important. Boy, what should I close with, Lord? I got so much stuff here. Okay. So, while you're looking at that, I want you to think about this. I am the Lord of peace, the only source of genuine peace. I give you this gift not as something separate from myself, but as part of who I am. You cannot just grab this blessing on the run. You need to set aside time for focusing on me and enjoying my presence. You live in the midst of intense spiritual warfare, and my peace is an essential part of your armor. To stay on your feet during the battles, you must wear sturdy combat boots, which is the gospel of peace. Your combat boots are the gospel of peace. This good news assures you that I love you and I am for you. Okay? I have to read that slow with a lot of inflection because you live in the midst of an intense spiritual warfare, and my peace is an essential part of your armor. This is good news, and it assures you that I love you and I am for you. As many of my followers forfeit peace because they think I am always scrutinizing them through critical eyes. On the contrary, I gaze at you through eyes of perfect love. So, instead of punishing yourself when you failed, remember that my death on the cross covers all your sins. I love you with unfailing love, simply because you are mine. Now rejoice in this gospel peace. It is yours to enjoy at all times and in every way. One last thing here. Oh, help me, Lord, where's it going? Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Community. And then we're going to go scroll for a while. Chill with me while we scroll for a minute until I get to it. We're getting there. We're almost there. You guys ought to see this one, How to Find Planet X, the Looney Tunes. Back in the days, they were telling us about Planet X and everything. You should watch that one. It's funny. Oh, there's the same image. I rotated it so you can see it better. Okay, I'm almost there. Trying to get to this. My ugly feet. Sorry, it's my ugly feet, but something. Well, I guess that did not work. Let's go back to this. Oh, crap. Where are we? Next time I won't click on it. We'll just look at the regular picture because I needed to show you a couple of things there that'll reassure you a little bit. Make you feel a little more at peace here. These are the birthmarks on my feet. Right there and right there. All right. They glow bright red when I take a shower. The hot water over my feet makes all the veins, heat up, and then these things turn even brighter red than you're seeing right now. So every day when I take a shower, I look down at my own feet and reminded constantly. Okay? Those are the birthmarks on my feet. It showed you the birthmarks on my side. Because of who I am. Okay? It's all because of who I am.
Okay.
Take shelter in that. Use that as your foundation. You're going to need it. Okay? You guys are doing awesome here at this channel. You really are. I know some more of you guys started practicing again today. And you got some effects. You're going to find that you're going to be needing that effect more and more each day as these crazy news events start unfolding. You're going to need that peace. That peace that transcends all circumstances. Okay? There's your foundation right there. On Easter, 2,000-year-old prophecy came true. That's why I keep showing this at the end of every show, because it's that important. All right, so, what? One more? Sure, I'll read you one more. Yeah, we'll do that one right there. I guess that was the one I wanted, huh? I want you to learn to be joyful always by connecting your joy to me first and foremost. One way of doing this is to remember that I love you at all times and in all circumstances. Though the mountains may be shaken and the hills be removed, my unfailing love for you will not be shaken. So don't give in to the temptation to doubt my love when things don't go as you would like or when you have failed in some way. My loving presence is the solid rock on which you can always stand, knowing that in me you are eternally secure. I am the Lord who has compassion on you. Another way of increasing your joy is to give thanks in all circumstances. Even if you're gritting your teeth and, oh, thank you, Lord, I see what you're doing here. You're testing me. Okay? So, I am the Lord who has compassion on you. Another way of increasing your joy is to give thanks in all circumstances. Ask my Spirit to help you view your life through the lens of gratitude. Okay? Ask the Holy Spirit to help you view your life through the lens of gratitude. Search for blessings that are scattered along your pathway, even during your hardest times. And then when you recognize them, thank me for each one. I encourage you to look steadily through your lens of gratefulness by thinking about things that are excellent and worthy of praise. All right, one more. Do not grow weary and lose heart. When you are dealing with difficulties that go on and on and on, it's easy to get so tired that you feel like giving up. Chronic problems can wear you out and wear you down. If you focus too much on these troubles, you're in danger of sliding back into the black hole of self-pity or despair. There are several kinds of weariness. Unrelieved physical tiredness makes you vulnerable to emotional exhaustion and spiritual fatigue. I repeat, unrelieved physical tiredness makes you vulnerable to emotional exhaustion and spiritual fatigue, which causes you to lose heart. However, I have equipped you to transcend your troubles by fixing your eyes on me. How do you transcend your troubles? Fix your eyes on me. I paid dearly for this provision by enduring the cross for you. Pondering my willingness to suffer so much can strengthen you to endure your own hardships. Okay? Pondering my willingness to suffer. So, thinking about me and my willingness to suffer can strengthen you to endure your own hardships. Okay? Doesn't it? Doesn't it help you endure your own hardships when you know that somebody's right there along with you? Worshiping me is a wonderful way to renew your strength in my presence. So, worshiping me is a wonderful way to renew your strength in my presence. So when you take steps of faith by praising me in the midst of difficulties, my glorious light shines upon you. As you persevere in focusing on me, you reflect my glory to others, and you are transformed into my likeness with ever-increasing glory. Every time. So, as you persevere in focusing on me, you reflect my glory to others, and you are transformed into my likeness with ever-increasing glory. All right. Was that a marathon show or what? Well, good job, guys, hanging in there. I love you all. I miss you all. This is the real thing, okay? It's been hard for me to do this. I can't just come out and say the 3 words. Because when you say those 3 words, society has conformed to the idea that you're nuts. So therefore, I don't say those 3 words. I don't need to say them. You do. Those 3 words are for you guys to profess. Because when you do, it blesses you. Doesn't it? Huh. Pretty cool how that works. I love you all. I miss you all. And until my next show, I will be back. I'm already back. Can't you hear my voice? You see my hand? I'm already back. And I'm still to come. So hold on tight, you guys. You guys got the best front row seat, and you will know the program and understand how it all works much better than a lot of other people. Okay? And when you send people my way, you are taking them out of the darkness. Okay? Keep doing a good job. We're getting more and more people here. And I love you guys. That's it for tonight. Like I said, I will be back. I am already back, and I am still to come.